little app works. So let's have a look. So now we're going to go into Instagram. So when Instagram, obviously, you can actually do quite a bit on your desktop now when it comes to Instagram. However, for a lot of these features, you have to do them on your phone. So in Creator Studio, on a desktop, you can schedule Instagram content and you can post a story for the day. However, if you are wanting to post Reels or IGTV, you have to do it on your phone. So I'm just going to go to that little app that I bought today for $4.99, and it says start to broadcast. And I'm starting to broadcast, and what should happen is it should pop up on my screen so that you see it. Let's hope. Can someone unmute and let me know if you can see my screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Oh.
Okay, cool. Let's try this. How about that?
Yep, that's good.
Yes, and it works.
Very good.
So rather you assuming that you are bad at things or assuming you can't do things, just have the courage to ask questions and Google it. So here we go. So now we're in Instagram. This is pretty cool. So if you go to your personal profile, hold on, let me get my notes. Let's do that first. Okay. So if you go to your personal profile, this is where I really like to start when it comes to Instagram, is on my personal profile.
Welcome, Daryl.
Can Daryl hear us?
Yes, I'm finally in.
Oh, finally,
Yay.
Daryl.
Oh my God.
Finally.
So frustrating. I don't know what it was. It's still
So frustrating. No
Anyway.
worries. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So I did this morning. If you have a look at this little Instagram reel that I did, I made this morning. Okay, 2 seconds just before we started over now. I just did this Instagram reel, which I then shared, allowed it to share to my tile. And then for my tile, I flicked it up to story. So it literally becomes a 5-minute job because you know me, I'm all about 5-minute jobs. So I don't want things taking forever. So So firstly, the whole thing about Instagram Reels is because Instagram basically wanted to compete with TikTok. So Instagram Reels is all about sharing educational content, showcasing products, behind the scenes, and also posting about special offers or sales, okay? It does not last 24 hours like stories. Instead, it is always there on the feed. Stories is more about real time. It's more like a shout out, like a Snapchat or a tweet, as opposed to a reel, which is about content creation. It's easily digestible. It's a little bit more creative. And IGTV is over 3 minutes long. So reels are 3 to 30 seconds long. The reels are multi-clip videos with audio, effects, stickers, and text. Now you will see people spend a lot of time making really cool things. I'm not about spending hours and hours doing it. I know Daryl's playing with TikTok right now. Instagram Reels is in competition with TikTok. At the end of the day, when you do anything, it comes down to the strategy. Okay, if I'm going to spend this amount of time on this profile, what is my strategy for what I'm hoping to achieve with the audience that is using that? Okay, because Instagram has a younger demographic, which means if you're on here and you're using Instagram Reels, it is a younger demographic. Your content has to be relatable to younger demographic. So number one, think about what is your overall strategy? Who is this for and what's your call to action going to be? Number two is you've got to get a video, right? So for Reels, it is a 3 to 30 second video. Now you can add videos together and, you know, spend hours on doing it. For me, I don't. I literally went outside to my garden over here and just did a video where I pointed up because I saw somebody else doing it, pointed a couple places, did something. I think it was about a 6-second video. And I saved it on my phone. Okay, so number one is strategy. Number two, do a video. that's under 30 seconds. Number 3, you go and you upload it. So at the top right-hand corner, you see that little plus sign. If I push the plus sign, it says reel. If I add a reel, I just go to my bottom side over there and I just add my empty video, which I made. This is the one I did, which was 5 seconds long in the garden. And I just add it. Then I go to preview. From preview, this over here is where I went in and I just added my words, okay? I just added some words. Don't overthink it too much. As I said, I'm not going to do this again because I've already posted this one today, but I'll show you. And that's just using the top right-hand little A, the 2 A's over there, which is where your text goes. And then when you hit the little square face at the top right-hand side, that over there is where you can put some of your other flashy things. So I just said coins because I wanted money. And I just expanded it. So I just stretched the coins and expanded it. So there was coins raining down on me, which is just from the top little square thing. And of course you can put in, I put in a call to action as well. So I just said DM because remember on Instagram, it's all about the DM. I also changed the color. I expanded it, put it up at the top and just said DM. And then there's a music little icon as well. So at the top, again, there's a little music feature. You can go add music. I added a song. I think I used this one. Game on. And you just push done. Once you've done that, the bottom right-hand side, oh, sorry, I'll show you down at the bottom as well. It does say edit clips. So you can go in there and you can also edit the clip. But to tell you the truth, I actually do that on my phone before I upload it. So it's already done because I don't like fiddling on my phone, like fiddling inside the actual app. So I just get the video edited and done beforehand. Once that's done, you go to next. Now, of course, when you're writing a caption, we follow the same post structure. The same post structure is, you know, captivating headline that stops the right person from scrolling. Connecting with their pain points, and then of course having a call to action. And then because it's Instagram, you have to have your hashtags. So don't forget your hashtags. There is also an opportunity there for you to tag people, which you can see as well. And you can also crop a profile image. So you can choose what picture you're going to use as a cover image. And then you'll notice over here in the center, it says also share to feed, meaning my reel, because reel is on a reel feed. If you want to share to the Instagram feed, which is basically in your tiles, then you just click that button on or off, depending on whether or not, like if you've got like a theme going with your tiles, maybe it's going to ruin your tiles, so you don't want that. So then you could just turn that off or you could leave it on. And you can basically share it. So down at the bottom, you can share it. So obviously, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to discard that. So what it did then is it shared it into reels. Now, if you're wanting to look at reels, because reels are in a different place, if you look down right at the bottom in the center, there is a little play button with lines. That is the reels. That is where you watch reels. Okay, so if you want to learn how to use reels, you can go in and watch other people and just see what type of reels they're doing. Some people are, you know, spending a lot of time doing them, but those are basically reels. It is in a different feed, as I said. If I go back to my personal profile, because I allowed it to be on my tiles, there it is. It's on my tiles. Okay. And you can have a look. That was the description there that I wrote. And with my hashtags. And there are my insights. So I can click into my insight and have a look. So this was posted just before this, maybe an hour before the session. And I've had 941 accounts have been reached. Now, for me, I'm not too interested in the accounts reached or the plays. That's a bit of egometrics. For me, what I want to look at is the likes, the comments, the shares, or the saves. And obviously, only if you're going to create content that's going to get likes, comments, shares, or saves, that's going to help. So for brand awareness, you know, that's really quick. That's really easy to do. Now, because I like to do things real quick and real easy, my reel literally went from a video to a reel to a tile, and then see the little paper airplane underneath the view insights. If I click that, I can then add the reel to my story, and I can send it to my story. Now I've already done that, so I'm not going to show you that. But if I want to have a look at the story, I literally go up to the circle, because that's where your story is. And there it is. And you can see that's been seen by 4 people. Then if you want to save that, because remember that it can be deleted and it can go forever, like it can disappear forever, that story within 24 hours, it's gone. When I'm looking at it, down at the bottom, it says highlight and a little, I'll show you again, next to highlight and a heart. Whoa, wrong one, sorry. I can click into highlight and I can add it to a highlight. Whoa, what's happened? Okay, cancel. All right, so we've lost the screen share. Just give me a sec. Let's see what's going on. Press start to broadcast, start broadcasting.
Question whilst you're doing that, if I may.
Sure.
In terms of choosing music, because I know nothing about all this, you know, nowadays music, how do I choose which music is right for my reel or my IGTV video or something?
I would say you've obviously got to like it. It's got to be in alignment with your brand. You can Google trending things. Like on TikTok, it's very much about trending songs. So if you Google trending songs and then went in, remembering that the ones that Instagram choose for you are going to be, the ones that Instagram chooses for you are royalty-free music, because it has to be royalty-free or else you're going to get blocked. So great question. But yeah, I mean, for me, I just chose something. I would try and choose something all the time. So research a song and then just have the same song. Like I just keep it really short and simple. But that's me. For me, it's like, I'm not going to spend hours and hours doing this. I want to be able to do it quickly, but effectively. So hopefully that helps. So yeah, so then you can save those into highlights, and basically highlights are those little ones over here. So you'll notice I've got a highlight called stories, and in there I have all my stories, which I keep inside there so that they don't disappear after 24 hours, because I don't want to lose them forever. So I save them over there. Now, underneath all those highlights, so all those little circles, which I've created, so you can create your own highlights. And then whenever you do a story, you save it to those highlights. So I can show you that again, if it'll let me show you. I can go to highlights. You can see I've created all those highlights down at the bottom there.
Can I ask how you did those?
Yep. There's a little plus. See the little plus there?
Right.
It says new. When I go plus, create a new highlight, I can go test, and it will create that highlight. And then the next time I go to save it, all I do is I save it to that. So that's how you add them. Then when you go into those highlights, down at the bottom right-hand side, there's a more button. You can remove from the highlight, edit the highlight, send to share, or even copy a link to send people to that highlight. So if you said to somebody, hey, check out my testimonials on Instagram, and say you had a whole bunch of testimonials or you had a whole bunch of recipes, you could send them the link to that. And edit highlight, I can actually go in, change my picture, and change the name of it as well by clicking into that highlight. Cool. Remembering, guys, that the most important thing for Instagram is your bio. It's really important that your bio tells people where to go, and it has emojis, relevant emojis. That's the way to go. All right, cool. So
There is another way to do reels as well.
yeah, sure.
It won't confuse people. When you go down to the bottom and you click onto reels,
Yep.
see the camera up on the top right hand side.
Yep.
You can do it there as well.
Yeah, you can add it over there as well. Yeah, 100%. The reason I like the personal profile and the plus sign is because it tells me where I'm going.
Yes.
Because else there is another place for it as well. If I go to the plus when I'm in the home screen, down at the bottom, there's a scroll bar. So there's actually 3 places that you can access your post, your reels, or your story, or your live. You can see down at the bottom there, that's to go to a story, that's to do a reel, that's to do a live. So there's all those options down at the bottom. But I find that if I'm in my personal profile and I look at that plus, it just shows me really nicely where I am and where I'm going. So I know like where I'm actually going for any of those. Cool. So for Instagram Reels, number 1 is have a strategy. Number 2 is get your video. Number 3, you know, put your music in. Number 4, put your words in. Number 5, have your call to action. Number 6, write your copy with a compelling headline and a call to action. And of course, use your hashtags. You can also then download it to your phone. So there's a little, it's an arrow with a line. And when you download it to your phone, if I go to my photos now, it has been downloaded. That's downloaded. It's now on my camera on my phone. And why do I want it on my camera on my phone? Because then I can literally take it, put it on Facebook stories, LinkedIn stories, any other story I like, or as a Facebook post, and I don't have to make it again. So yeah, that's like the best thing ever. So you know me, I love the cheats way to do absolutely anything. And once you've made one, you can then go put it wherever you want it to go. So it's a reel, it's a story, it's a tile, and I can now go, it's a highlight. I can now go put it in LinkedIn story, Facebook story, anywhere else, which is really cool. Okay, so just going back to those things, number 7 is download it to your camera. Number 8 is then, share it as a tile or share it as a highlight, and also share it as a story and repurpose it as well. So my sister's going to love making sense of all of that because I miss numbers, I'm sure. So that's Instagram Reels, okay? And as I said, it has its own feed. So down at the bottom, that's the feed for Instagram Reels. That's where you find them over there. It's on a different timeline. Now, let's talk about IGTV. Like, what's the difference? As I said, IGTV is over 3 minutes long, and it is more education based. It's more around, repurposing your, it's more around repurposing your long form video content, YouTube videos. It's more about taking a blog and making it into a video, or having, a podcast that's more like a vlog. Where you have expert interviews, maybe it's a tutorial. You could even have a show or even a Q&A, and that's IGTV. So again, as I said, all you do is that top right-hand side over there at the top, IGTV videos. They do have to be longer. You can see over here, it won't let me do short videos. It'll only let me do long videos. So there's one of my kitchen. And you've got to put in the title, you put in the description, you put in a cover picture. There is also an option to then share it to your Facebook page, which is really cool. I'll just show you, it's just downloading it. It's very important that you have a compelling headline, which is searchable. Oh no, it has to, I'm sure it has to be 3 minutes long. Here we go, 3 minutes long. Yep, it has to be 3 minutes long. Next, a title, the most important characters are the first 18 to 20 characters. Some people in IGTV use only capitals in their title, but those first couple of characters are the most important to stop the right person. Using keywords in the title is really important. How people search for videos in IGTV is around the channel and the creator. So it's important to keep that in mind, and it's likely to change because that's not what Google or YouTube does. Google or YouTube uses keyword searches as opposed to IGTV, which is more around the creator or the channel. Once you've posted it, the title, the description, of course, your hashtags, you can add it to a series. So when you add it to a series, the series goes onto your profile page on Instagram. So for example, you can have a show and tell series, or, you know, you could have a podcast and just run it through IG TV and have it as a series. People can go in and check the series and they'll all be saved there as well. You can also choose to post a preview, and you can choose what cover you want out of your video and then post it to IGTV. Now, when you go to post it, I don't think I can do it without, when I go to post it to IGTV, it will also give you an option to post it to your Facebook page as well. So therefore, it goes straight to your Facebook page. Only problem is it's going to have, you're going to be creating content which is to a younger demographic. Facebook is an older demographic, so as long as the content will relate, as long as the call to action will be consistent, it will have hashtags though if it does go across. So again, this is just about sort of respecting the platforms, but yes, it does allow it to go to Facebook page. Or you can just add it to your, or once it's made, you can just download it onto your phone and just go and natively or organically post it onto Facebook, then respecting the platform, the call to actions, and the audience. So that is IGTV. It does have some creative tools as well. Then we have got lives. So if you go again to the top right-hand side, you can push live, which I'm not going to do. Basically, Instagram Live is run from the little circle where stories are kept in Instagram. So in Instagram, I keep touching that, right? In Instagram, that little circle up at the top, your profile picture is where your Instagram stories are. And when you click, and when you go live, you will go live inside that little circle. And when you are live, a little live sticker will come, and there will be a little colorful circle around. So if you are on Instagram and you see a little profile and there's a colorful ring around it with a little live sticker, that person's live, and you can tap in and basically go live. So it is in Instagram stories. Look out for the colorful ring. It is available for 24 hours, although once you've done the live, you can share it to IGTV, and you can also pin it to a highlight. So if you have a look underneath the highlights, so all my little Bitmojis, if you have a look underneath them, the little square grid are my tiles. The little square grid is my tiles. The little play button are any reels that I've done. The little square TV is IGTV. And the last one is things that people have tagged me in. Come on. Hold on. And the little one over here is kind of like the community tab where I've been tagged in different events. And those are those buttons over there. Okay, if you want to go live, you can tap into the live and then tap next to the person's username, and it will send them a request to go live with them. All right.
How long can the live go for?
I'm not sure, but because it's IGTV, I'm going to say that it'll go for a long time, a longer time. I'll just have a look over here. Hold on. Sorry, let me just stop this broadcasting. Wrong one. Just stop that broadcasting. All right, cool. Stop the sharing. Excellent. We're back in here again. I'll just have a look here. I was on a live the other day with a lady in America, and I think I was on for about 30 minutes. But again, you can then repurpose it to IGTV. So, you know, my strategy would be do the live, share it to IGTV. From IGTV, you can share it into your highlights. You can download that video, turn that video into a blog, send it out in a newsletter, put it on your website, and then repurpose it as content across your other socials. So, there, you know, there's so much to do depending on which level you come in at, which is really good. I think that IGTV is a great way to repurpose any other video content that you've made and you've got the long content or training. I would just say go put it up. It's that easy. That's great stuff for a VA to do. If you've got videos, give them videos, say to them, a good headline, a description, relevant IGTV, 15 minutes maximum length. Is that right, Daryl?
Yeah, that's right for a video, but for a live, it can be up to an hour.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Thanks for everybody doing their Googles, which is awesome. Excellent. Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. And it's always going to change as well. So, you know, again, just Google it, see what it is. But on Instagram, it will change. But it's a great thing to basically give your VAs and say to them, hey, listen, or give a student and say, here it is. Make sure the title is keyword searchable. The title is super important. The description is very relevant, and the call to action is meaningful to the audience and the content that you have. And above all else, go and read your insights and see if it's working or not. Because if it's not working, you're going to have to change something. Don't just keep beating a dead horse, right? You're not going to get there anywhere closer. All right, cool. So that was Instagram. Was there any other, no, wrong thing. Any other questions in there? No, we're all